Right now, the cells lining your gut are running out of fuel, not because you haven't eaten, not because something is wrong with your digestion, but because most people, eating what passes for a normal modern diet, are chronically starving the one molecule their gut depends on to survive. That molecule is called butyrate, and most people have never heard of it. But here's what's remarkable. Butyrate may be one of the most important compounds your body produces, and it isn't even made by you. It's made by your gut bacteria, from the fiber you eat. And when you don't eat enough fiber, your gut starts to literally eat itself. Here's what most people believe. The gut lining renews itself automatically. That it's just tissue, cells that replace themselves every few days. And your body handles that quietly in the background. And that's true. But what's not commonly known is where those gut lining cells, called colonocytes, get their energy from. Not from glucose, not from protein, not from fat. They get approximately 70% of their energy from a single molecule. Butyrate. Your colonocytes are actually unusual compared to almost every other cell in your body. They prefer butyrate over glucose. They're optimized for it. They depend on it. So when butyrate levels drop, which happens every time you eat a low-fiber, ultra-processed meal, your gut lining cells start to starve. And starving cells don't just slow down. They begin to break down. They undergo something called apoptosis, controlled self-destruction. And this is how a low-fiber diet contributes to leaky gut, gut inflammation, and everything downstream. Brain fog, anxiety, immune disruption, skin problems. Not because fiber is magical, but because without fiber, there is no butyrate. And without butyrate, there is no gut wall. So how does this actually work? Butyrate is what's called a short-chain fatty acid. It's produced when specific species of bacteria in your colon ferment dietary fiber, particularly resistant starch and inulin-type fibers. Think of it like this. Your gut bacteria are like the workers in a fermentation factory. You provide the raw materials, fiber. They do the work, fermentation. And the byproduct of that process is butyrate, along with other short-chain fatty acids like acetate and propionate. Butyrate does three things that matter enormously. First, it feeds your colonocytes directly. It enters the cells lining your colon and goes straight into energy production. Without it, those cells begin to fail. Second, butyrate reinforces the tight junctions between gut cells. Remember what happens in leaky gut. Those junctions open up, and unwanted particles get into the bloodstream. Butyrate is one of the primary signals that keeps those junctions closed, sealed, protective. Third, and this is the part that's genuinely exciting, butyrate crosses the blood-brain barrier. A 2026 review published in the journal Curious confirmed that short-chain fatty acids, including butyrate, directly influence cognitive function, neuroinflammation, and brain health. Butyrate inhibits something called histone deacetylase. Essentially, it changes which genes are switched on or off in your immune cells and neurons. It actively dials down brain inflammation. A separate 2026 study showed that prebiotics that specifically stimulate butyrate-producing bacteria reduced depressive-like behavior and improved synaptic plasticity, the brain's ability to form and maintain connections. That is a remarkable finding. Your gut bacteria, making butyrate from the fiber you ate for lunch, directly influencing whether your brain can wire itself properly. Let's bring this to your actual life. If you're dealing with bloating, unpredictable digestion, brain fog, low mood, or skin that's reacting to things it didn't used to, there is a real possibility that your butyrate levels are low. And that means your gut lining is compromised, which means inflammation is leaking through into your bloodstream, your immune system, and eventually your brain. The modern diet, low in fiber, high in ultra-processed food, is quite literally a butyrate starvation diet. Studies consistently show that people eating less than 15 grams of fiber per day have significantly lower populations of butyrate-producing bacteria, and lower butyrate, and a weaker gut lining. So what can you actually do starting today? Feed your butyrate-producing bacteria. That's the whole strategy. Resistant starch. When you cook rice or potatoes and then let them cool before eating, some of the starch converts to resistant starch. Your bacteria ferment it. Butyrate rises. Dal chawal cooled overnight is actually a prebiotic food. Diverse legumes. Masoor dal, chana, rajma, moong. These are extraordinary sources of fiber that different bacteria ferment into short-chain fatty acids. Variety matters here. Rotate your dals. Onions and garlic. Both are rich in inulin, a prebiotic fiber that specifically feeds butyrate-producing species. Whole grains. Jowar, bajra, oats, barley. The husk of these grains contains the fiber that makes it to your colon intact. The target is 25 to 30 grams of fiber per day, but more importantly, diversity. Different fibers feed different bacteria. The more varied your plant foods, the richer your butyrate production becomes. You don't need a supplement. You need variety on your plate. Butyrate is not a drug. It's not a supplement. It's what happens when you eat the way your gut evolved to be fed, with diverse, fiber-rich plant foods. Your gut bacteria have been waiting for this. I want to ask you something. When you think about your weekly meals, how much variety is actually on your plate? How many different plants are you eating? Let me know in the comments. The research suggests that 30 different plant foods per week is a meaningful target. How close are you? If you found this useful, subscribe. Because this channel exists for exactly this kind of conversation. Science you can actually use. Take care of your gut. It's taking care of you.